Have you ever met someone who seemed too good to be true? They made you feel seen, heard, special. They said all the right things. They looked you in the eye with warmth. They moved through your life like they were made to fit inside it. But then something changed. Suddenly, you're anxious. You're doubting yourself. You're walking on eggshells, wondering what you did wrong. You feel crazy, but you're not. You may have just encountered a psychopath, not the movie kind with blood on their hands, but the real kind, with blood on yours. They manipulate without mercy, smile while lying, make you question your own reflection. Today, you're going to learn exactly how they do it. These are the 7 most dangerous manipulation tactics psychopaths use. And once you learn to spot them, you'll never fall for them again. Stay with me until the end, because tactic 7, it's the one that traps the strongest minds and breaks them. Let's begin. Tactic 1. Love bombing, the perfect storm before the chaos. It begins with magic. You meet someone, and from the first moment, it feels like destiny. They text you constantly, compliment you endlessly, tell you, "I've never felt this way before." Within days, they call you their soulmate, talk about a future together, say things like, "Where have you been all my life? I've never connected with someone like this." You're different. You feel seen. You feel chosen. You feel like finally someone gets you. But here's the catch. It's not real. Psychopaths use love bombing to trap you in emotional dependency. They study you, your hopes, your wounds, your needs. Then they mirror you perfectly to create a version of themselves you can't resist. Why? Because once you're hooked, once your emotions are deeply tied to them, they flip the script. The compliments fade, the warmth disappears, and you're left wondering, what did I do wrong? You didn't do anything. It was never love. It was a strategy to control you. Real love takes time. Love bombing is about speed. So the next time someone moves too fast, too hard, too soon, ask yourself, are they loving me or setting the stage? Tactic 2. Gaslighting, the mind game that breaks you slowly. You remember what they said. You remember how it made you feel. You remember the pain. But when you bring it up, they smile and say, "That never happened. You're imagining things. Why are you always so dramatic?" And just like that, reality begins to blur. Gaslighting is not just lying, it's rewriting the truth. So you start doubting your own mind. Psychopaths are masters of this. They make small distortions at first. They deny obvious facts. They twist your words. They say things like, "You're too sensitive. Stop making things up. You always overreact." Soon, you begin to question everything. You doubt your memory, your instincts, your sanity. You apologize for things you didn't do. You hesitate before speaking. You wonder, am I the problem? No, you're not. You're being broken. Psychopaths don't want the truth. They want control over your perception of the truth. Because if they control your reality, they control you. Tactic 3. The pity play, using pain as a weapon. This one doesn't come with anger. It comes with tears. They tell you stories that break your heart. Their abusive childhood, the ex who destroyed them, the deep loneliness they feel inside. You feel for them. You want to be the one who heals them. You think, they just need love. I can help. But be careful. Psychopaths weaponize their pain. They'll tell you tragic stories not for healing, but for leverage. So when they hurt you and you call them out, they'll say, "You know I've been through so much. You said you'd never abandon me. It's hard for me to trust people." Suddenly, you feel guilty, you feel selfish, you feel wrong for setting boundaries. And that's exactly what they want. The pity play is manipulation in its softest form. It looks like vulnerability, but it's actually a trap. Empathy is a beautiful gift, but in the wrong hands, it becomes a leash. Tactic 4. Triangulation, turning love into a competition. You notice something odd. They keep bringing up other people. "My ex still calls me. There's this girl at work who really gets me. You're great, but but Sarah listens better. It's subtle at first, but it stings. You try harder, you dress up, you text more, you chase their approval, and the more insecure you get, the more powerful they feel. This is triangulation, when a psychopath uses third parties to make you feel jealous, unworthy, and replaceable. It's not an accident, it's a tactic. By keeping you off balance and anxious, they keep you chasing. And by comparing you to others, they control your self-worth. Even worse, they might pretend someone else wants them, just to watch you squirm, to see how much you'll fight for them, to test how far they can push you. But love isn't a game. You're not a player, and they're not the prize. You don't compete to be loved. You leave to be respected. Tactic 5. The silent treatment, when absence becomes punishment. You say something that upsets them. You ask a question they don't like. You stand up for yourself. Suddenly, silence. No replies. No explanation. Just vanishing. You're left wondering, did I mess up? Should I apologize? What did I do wrong? That's exactly what they want. The silent treatment isn't taking space. It's punishment. Cold, calculated, and cruel. Psychopaths use silence to create fear. Not fear of them, but fear of losing them. It triggers your abandonment wounds. It makes you question your worth. It pushes you into a corner, where the only way out is to submit. And when they finally return, you're grateful, relieved, apologetic, even if they were the one who hurt you. That's how this tactic works. They make you associate silence with pain, so you'll do anything to avoid it next time. Even give up parts of yourself. Tactic 6. Blame shifting. Twisting every knife into your fault. They lie, they cheat, they break promises, they hurt you, and somehow, you end up apologizing. You hear phrases like, "If you hadn't pushed me, I wouldn't have done that. I only acted that way because of how you treated me." You're just too insecure. Psychopaths will twist reality until everything becomes your fault. They can scream at you, but you're too sensitive. They can lie, but it's because you don't trust them enough. They can disappear for days, but it's because you suffocate them. Blame shifting is the ultimate form of emotional whiplash. It turns abuse into your responsibility. Over time, you start believing it. You wonder if you're toxic. You question if you're the one causing the pain. You take ownership of their behavior, and they love it. Because now, not only are you hurt, you're carrying their guilt too. Here's the truth. Their choices are not your fault. Their damage is not your burden. And their manipulation is not your weakness. It's their design. Tactic 7. Future faking, selling dreams they never meant to keep. This tactic is the most beautiful lie, and the most devastating. They talk about the future constantly. "I can't wait to marry you. We're going to travel the world. You, me, kids, a house by the beach. Just imagine." And you do imagine it. You fall for the vision. You start building castles in your mind. And every time you think of walking away, you remember the dream. You hold on. Because one day is coming. But it never does. The promises fade. The plans always get delayed. And you're left feeling like you're the one holding things back. This is future faking, when a psychopath creates an imaginary future to keep you loyal in the present. They don't intend to build it. They just want you to believe in it. Because hope is a powerful chain, even stronger than fear. And if you're holding on to a someday, you won't notice the hell they're putting you through today. Emotional summary, end of part 1. These 7 tactics aren't just manipulations. They're psychological weapons, designed to control your heart, your mind, and your soul. But now, you've seen through the mask, and once the mask is off, you can never unsee the truth. You're stronger than their games. You're wiser now. You've survived what was meant to destroy you. And you're not done yet. Because now we go deeper. How do you spot these red flags before you're trapped? How do you escape, even if you still love them? And how do you heal when your mind has been twisted into knots? Let's walk through it together. How to spot a psychopath early, before they get close. Psychopaths don't come with a warning sign, but they do leave clues. Here's what to watch for early on. 1. Their stories don't line up. One day they say their ex was abusive. The next, they say they still talk to them sometimes. Then later it's, I never really loved her anyway. Inconsistency is a huge red flag. Psychopaths lie without guilt. Their backstories are filled with holes. If someone's history keeps shifting, pay attention. 2. They move too fast, emotionally or physically. If someone is telling you they love you within days, making intense promises too soon, or pushing for deep commitment quickly, stop and step back. This isn't romance, it's a setup. Healthy love takes time. Psychopaths rush intimacy because they want to skip past your defenses. 3. You feel amazing and strangely anxious. This one is sneaky, you're excited, but there's a weird tension in your chest. A little voice in your head saying, something feels off. That voice is not fear, it's wisdom. Your nervous system picks up what your heart can't process yet. Trust that signal. It never lies. What to do if you're already caught in the web? Let's say you're already in it. You see the signs, you recognize the tactics, but your heart is still tangled. You love them. You remember the good moments. You still hope they'll change. Here's the hard truth. They won't. Psychopaths don't change. They adapt. They don't love. They mimic love to use it against you. So how do you leave something that still has a grip on your soul? You do it in layers. Step 1. Stop explaining yourself. You'll be tempted to make them understand, to prove that you're hurt, to show them your pain, to get them to finally see what they've done. Don't. Psychopaths don't care about your explanations. They care about your energy. Every time you try to get through to them, you feed their control. Instead, go quiet. Not to manipulate, but to disconnect. Step 2. Break the illusion. Write down what they did. Every lie, every manipulation, every time you felt small, confused, or broken. Not to hold on to the pain, but to burn the fantasy. Because right now, the biggest enemy isn't them. It's the hope that they might still be who they pretended to be. That person never existed. Let them go. Step 3. Create physical and digital distance. Block them. Delete old messages. Remove photos. Clean your space of anything tied to them. This part is brutal. It will feel like erasing memories. It will feel like betrayal of the love you once believed in. But you're not erasing love. You're removing poison. What feels like loss is actually liberation. The withdrawal phase. Why leaving hurts so much? Here's something most people won't tell you. Leaving a psychopath feels worse than leaving someone you loved deeply. Why? Because you weren't just in love. You were addicted. Psychopaths train your brain through a cycle of reward and punishment. They shower you with affection, then withdraw it. They praise you, then criticize you. They make you feel euphoric, then worthless. This creates a trauma bond, a loop in your brain that confuses abuse with love. So when you leave, you feel like you're dying. You crave them. You miss them. You doubt yourself. This is withdrawal. It's chemical. It's real. It's brutal. But it passes. Every minute you stay away, you break the bond. Keep going. Rebuilding your mind after psychological abuse. Once you're out, the real journey begins. Psychopaths don't just break your heart. They rewire your entire identity. They make you question your worth. They silence your voice. They plant seeds of shame in your soul. So how do you heal? 1. Learn to trust your instincts again. If you've been gaslit, your inner compass feels broken. You second-guess everything. Should I say this? Was that rude? Am I being too emotional? Start small. Practice making tiny choices without overthinking. What do you want to eat? What music do you like? Who makes you feel safe? The more you listen to your intuition, the louder it gets. 2. Talk to someone who understands. Not everyone will get it. Some people will say, but they seemed so nice. Are you sure it was that bad? Maybe you're overreacting. Don't listen. Talk to someone who knows these tactics, a a therapist, a survivor, a support group. Being believed is the first step to rebuilding your self-worth. 3. Stop seeking closure from the person who broke you. This is tough. You'll want to hear an apology, to get answers, to make them admit what they did. But psychopaths don't give closure. They give confusion. Closure isn't something they hand you. It's something you create yourself. You don't need their apology. You need your peace. 4. Replace shame with self-compassion. You may ask yourself, how did I fall for this? Why didn't I leave sooner? Was I just stupid? No, you're not stupid. You're human. You trusted someone who pretended to be kind. That's not weakness. That's proof of your goodness. Forgive yourself. Honor your survival. You made it out. And now, you rise. How to make sure it never happens again. This isn't just about recovery. It's about transformation. You can't control who shows up in your life, but you can control who you let stay. So here's how to keep yourself safe from future manipulators. 1. Set boundaries early, then enforce them. If you say, I don't like being spoken to that way, and they do it again, don't explain, don't argue, just walk. Your boundaries are not up for negotiation. Anyone who disrespects them early on will destroy them later. 2. Watch how they treat people who can't benefit them. The waiter, the cashier, their ex, their parents. If they're charming to you, but cruel to others, they're not kind. They're strategic. Real character shows when there's nothing to gain. 3. Don't confuse intensity with intimacy. Butterflies aren't always a sign of love. Sometimes they're a warning. Healthy relationships feel calm, safe, grounded. If you're feeling constant anxiety, obsession, or adrenaline, that's not chemistry, that's trauma reactivation. Choose peace over chaos. Every time. 4. Trust how people make you feel, not just what they say, not even just what they do. How do you feel around them? Safe, heard, respected, or anxious? Confused, small? Your body knows before your brain does. Trust it. If you're still in it, and you're not ready to leave. Yet maybe you're still there, still talking to them, still hoping, still scared. That's okay. Leaving a psychopath isn't a switch, it's a process. But every moment you see clearly is a crack in their mask. And one day, that crack will break into 1,000 pieces, and you'll walk away. Until then, start learning, start planning, start loving yourself louder than they ever silenced you. You are not stuck. You are waking up. Final words. The emotional close psychopaths don't take your power all at once. They take it piece by piece, so slowly you don't notice the loss. Until one day, you look in the mirror and don't recognize yourself. But here's the beautiful truth. You're still in there. Your light, your laughter, your power. It was never destroyed, just buried, beneath fear, pain, and lies. And now, you're digging it back up. You survived what was meant to break you. And that means you're not just a victim. You're a warrior. You're a rebuilder. You're free. No more manipulation. No more mind games. No more chasing love that only ever hurt you. From this moment on, you choose you. If this video opened your eyes or touched your heart, share it with someone who needs it. Because there are thousands out there still caught in the illusion, still blaming themselves, still thinking this is love. Be the reason someone finally sees the truth. And if you've walked this road before, drop a comment, not just for me, but for every silent survivor who needs to know. They're not alone. We're in this together. And healing? Healing is real.